got a Sevilla past yourself, but even you must feel goosebumps listening to this out there tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I wanted to be down there, you know, Betis, no derby, because it's something inexplicable to whoever hadn't been living in Sevilla. It's absolutely brilliant moment to be down there.
Absolutely. The Betis lineup today: Pau Lopez in goal, Mandy, Bartra, Fidal at the back, Teo and Junior Firpo as wing-backs, Carvalho, Canales and Guardado in midfield, and up front Inui and Loren Moron. Plenty of expectation here. The two coaches, Victor Machin of Sevilla and Kike Setien of Betis, greeting each other effusively and with plenty of positive sporting attitude in front of the dugouts. The four match officials there, the main referee Gil Manzano, the VAR referee tonight Del Ferro Grande. The Sevilla lineup is the following: Thomas Vaklic in goal, Mercado, Cayer, Gomez at the back, Benega and Messer in a double pivot, Navas and Arana playing wide, Sanabria, Sarabria, Basket and Andres Silva up front. The Sevilla players form a circle. Betis will be attacking the goal to the right of your screen. There's the image from Las Rojas in Madrid, where the VAR referee team, as I said, is led by Del Ferro Grande himself, of course, a top-flight referee here in La Liga Santander. Graham, very nicely poised for the off here.
Look, it's a beautiful picture. The fans have entertained us. They've shown us their passion. Way up to our left, the Sevilla fans have their banners and the scarves held up in the air, trying to compete. A mouse roaring against a lion, but the mouse is there and it's roaring. I want to make one point. You said, what gives the green and white hordes optimism? Well, one thing that they must do to have a chance in this game is cut out the errors. The last time they played here against Levante, Carvalho looked sloppy. Bartra intervened and only caused more opportunities for Levante. Fidal in his 2 games, even though he's been out for, nearly 8 months with a horrible injury, he's been man of the match each time. He's been the guy who's been clearing the decks, anticipating others' errors. They must give strength from the back and let the greater
perfectly set up there, or demonstrated there, by the move from Loren Moron calling for the ball. He got brought down. Carvalho plays Bartra. Bartra square. Bartra again. Mandy, a little bit short for Carvalho, who's fouled there. And Rocky Mesa straight away making friends here in the Benito Villamarín. Rocky Mesa, he's so keen to make a name for himself once again at Sevilla. Sometimes overdoes it. It's a very late challenge on Carvalho, Graham.
Yeah, and you understand that this is a derby. Decisions aren't always meditated. Blood is rushing through the brains, adrenaline everywhere. We'll see challenges like that until the game settles down. It might take 15-20 minutes for that to happen.
Bartra takes it. So much of Betis's play comes through the boots of Marc Bartra. First touch for Pau Lopez. It's his first Seville derby. Floated over the top. Simon Cayer getting the better of Moron. Canales linking with Inui. Quickly played out by Guardado. The Mexican again, back to Fidal. Bartra It's patient from Betis. Bartra. Fidal. To his left he's got Junior Firpo. First to return it to Mark Bartra. Now Carvalho. Inui making the run. Stretching, bringing the ball under control superbly. The cross whipped in. Cayer crosses. Throw-in to Betis.
Just while the ball's out of play. Everybody expected this to be 3 at the back because Teo is playing wide and fast. Arana is dropping back into what is now a 4 against what we expected from Machine's side.
Betis, on the other hand, clearly playing with 3 at the back, dominating the early possession. And there's an off the ball there, and the referee quick to blow the whistle. The challenge coming in was a firm one indeed on Sergio Canales, who gets slowly up to his feet. I'm not sure how intentional that was from Gomez, Graham.
Well, with the fear of being repetitive, what happens is players are charging into spaces, charging into each other, thinking, I can't be caught out in these early moments, give everything. And it's not always the most judged challenges that we're going to see. As you say, not always intended to do damage. Sometimes clumsy because of the adrenaline and the need to compete.
Bartra to Mandy. Mandy under pressure from Mudo Basquet, plays it back to Pau Lopez. Sends it long. Cayer getting the better of that one. He didn't know too much about it. It came off his shoulder. He got enough contact for the ball to get back into the hands of Thomas Vaklich.
I love the way that Lauren is working his men. You know, we talked about a guy who needs a goal. This season has been difficult for him. Betis need a goal. But one of the things that we saw last season, even though he's relatively inexperienced at 24, he works his man, he drags him around, he'll compete physically, he'll make it an uncomfortable night for the men at the back for Sevilla, particularly Kiar.
Kept in play by Arana. Here's Mudo Basquet, dispossessed by Canales. There's another off the ball between Roque Mesa and Canales, showing masses of aggression on his return to Spanish football. Roque Mesa. Things didn't work out for him in the Premier League. He was so important to Unión Deportiva Las Palmas, looking to feel important again with Sevilla, and certainly Machine giving him plenty of opportunities. Bartra square to Fidal. Bartra again. Over the top for Teo to chase. Well anticipated by Simon Cayer, who's really proving to be very crucial in central defence for Sevilla in these opening moments.
He's the one that the keepers last season made feel the most nervous. When there were errors, particularly from Sergio Rico, Kiar suffered in his debut season. This season, with 12 months under his belt, a World Cup and a better keeper, he's playing with much more authority so far.
Carvalho finding Teo, keeps the ball in play. The move continued by Canales. Canales gets away from Gomez. The cross to the near post. Lauren was quickly in for that. It's well gathered by Vaklich.
It's very good action from Betis. But what they're trying to do is the two wide players, Inui and Teo here, they try to keep the ball, long ball, and the position, we have to see how they can from Sevilla with the position of the two midfield players, Canales and Guardado, that bomb inside, and then if they manage to don't fill that gap, it will be very wide open for the striker of Real Betis, and it's going to be a difficult position for Kai to be up with it, because it's going to be one by one.
It's a positive start for Betis. Inui bundled over there by Mercado, the referee, quick to blow. Well, certainly Betis, the way they've started, they've got the fans right behind them. I mean, obviously they're behind them anyway, but to start in such positive fashion, to show so much initiative, is exactly what you need to get the stadium behind you.
Exactly, and we know that Betis is going to dominate the possession, because there is a team that likes to get the ball, dominate with the possession. Let's see now.
Teo getting onto this. First touch to get into the box. Little turn. Tries the shot. It's blocked. It'll be the first corner of the game. The crowd on its feet. They believe, Graham. They believe.
They do, and Arana got away with one there because Teo not only outpaced him but outthought him. He tugged at his jersey. The referee has given Arana a second chance. That was a bookable offence.
Guardado with the corner. Inui offering the short option. Nervy moments for the Sevilla defence. Guardado has to think about this. There's a bit of argy-bargy going on in the 6-yard box. Played in, headed clear by Arana. Carvalho finding Canales. He's quick to play it back. Vidal with a good ball, collected by Guardado. The veteran tucks it back here to Canales. Canales to Carvalho. Inui. Oh, lovely turn from Inui. Tries the shot. Not too far away. Struck it decently. But again, getting the crowd on their feet in the opening moments.
Simon, the reason for Inui to do that nutmeg, as we call it, or tunnel here, was to advance his team, to advance himself. But whoa, you heard, typifies what this fan base wants, what this club wants. They were roaring singly at the humiliation of opponent. This is a club that loves to see flair. That's why Joaquin is so loved here. Inui settling in very nicely.
And we just saw the reaction of Pablo Machin in the dugout there, or in the technical area, looking very concerned. To his left, Kike Setien looking like he's watching a game in the park on a Sunday afternoon. First attempt for Sevilla, the ball put in, no problems whatsoever for Pau Lopez.
Yes, if you have a look now, look the back three. When they attack Sevilla, there are 3 at the back. When they defend, there are 4. So this is something you can see exactly from here. And it's interesting to see the position of Sarabia. Sarabia is not playing wide. He's close to Andre Silva. He controls the problem when the ball goes wide by Navas or by the other left back.
Good work from Mandy. This is Canales. He picks out Zufidal. Carvalho turning through that tunnel. Oh, lovely ball. The defence split there. The cross put in. Not too far away. Tipped over by the keeper. It's another corner for Betis.
Going back to the way in which the tactical shape, it's an immediate win for Kike Setien. That the pace of Teo down the right here means that Arana has dropped into the fore, which strips a resource from the midfield that Machin was counting on. 1 up, even though the score is 0-0. 1 up tactically to Kike Setien.
Canales to take this one. Whips the cross in. It's headed clear. Who else? By Simon Cayer. Zufidal sending it back, slightly wasted. It'll be a throw to Sevilla, and a moment of relief for the team in red.
Lauren,
yeah, definitely they have to hold on that 15 minutes because Betis, they play home. So Sevilla, they have to hold on those 15 minutes and settle down, not concede the goal, and from then on keep going. But I like the attitude of Betis because they want to dominate the game since the beginning, which is creating a lot of problems with Teo and the 2 white man.
All sent forward by Arana. Teo winning it straight back. He picks out Mark Bartra. Vidal always going through the middle or right. I don't think Junior Firpo's touched the ball yet on the left side of the Betis defence / midfield. It's played back now to Pau Lopez. Lopez has a think. Sending it in towards Moron, battling with Cayer there. Has a little mournful look over his shoulder at the referee. And in the end, Roque Mesa back to Vaklic. Loren Moron in to put the pressure on him, and Vaklic forced to play that one directly out of touch.
Rocky's work there to anticipate that Lauren was trying to hold Kiar off and then receive the ball in turn. The fact that Rocky worked back so hard so quickly meant that Kiar only had to jockey physically and didn't have to tackle. Really good work from the midfielder.
Pau Lopez on the ball. Given time to pick his man. Nearly caught there by Andre Silva, plays it out short, and almost a comedy of errors there between Pau and Fedal. Got away with it, insisting on trying to play the ball out under control from the back. This time he sends it long, looking for Canales. Canales goes down under the pressure of Gomez, and he's played all the way back to Baklic. Mercado Cayer. See perfectly here what you were saying, Lauren, about how when Sevilla on the ball they have three in the back. Free kick won intelligently there by Mudo Basquez. Roque Mesa thinks about taking a quick one, leaves it for Ever Banega. It's well intercepted there by Guardado. In comes the cross, however. Silva was up for it. It'll be a goal kick. But Sevilla's starting to react, starting to take some initiative.
Yeah, they started to react, and after nearly the 50 minutes, it's good that Tello come back to defend, because sometimes when you play 3-5-2, it's very important the white players, they come back to defend, because otherwise it can be 1 against 1 with the central defender from Betis.
Here's Inui, showing a pace and good close control. Guardado, Carvalho, Mandy to Teo. Teo inside to Carvalho. Neat ball in. First time shot, parried and finally cleared the flag off for offside. There was Lorin Moran's opportunity.
That's gone up, but Lauren must explain to us how, when Sevilla are working so hard on the pitch, how is Carvalho allowed to wander unmarked and unhassled into space and create that chance?
Yeah, because what Betis do well is, if you keep watching properly, Inui and Guardado keep swapping position. Sometimes Guardado goes to the left, Inui come inside, and sometimes Tello go out and inside, and the young lad occupy that position. So they keep swapping. They don't stand still in the position. Have a look, and they got the ball. That's why it's very difficult for Sevilla to hold on.
It's confusing Sevilla, and it allowed Carvalho to walk into a space and feed his striker. However you explain it, it can't be allowed to happen.
The referee having words again with Roque Mesa. Mark Bartra complaining that he got an arm lifted to his face. Roque Mesa responding, hands behind his back.
Who me, Simon? Who me?
Yes sir, no sir.
That's exactly it.
Roque Mesa obviously fitting into the derby tension here as Bartra plays that one back to Pau Lopez. That's well dealt with by Gomez, under pressure from Canales. Simon Kier on the ball. He's got time for once to think about what he wants to do with it. He gives it away to Junior Firpo. Inui, Firpo on the overlap. Down goes Inui. Free kick. And Sevilla are looking nervous.
That's the Simon Kjaer of last year. That's the Simon Kjaer who sometimes was turned, let people run by him, misplaced passes. He's an elegant, competitive Danish captain at the World Cup. And we're looking at the foul that is going to give Betis a chance on goal now. But Kjaer, under exactly as you said, no pressure with the opportunity to pass it well, gives it away.
He gives the ball away, and it's always it's a maximum in football. When you win the ball as a defender, you come back again to attack, and you miss the ball, you create chances to the opponent. And Betis is doing well, the pressure well, they give the ball back, and you know they create a chance now for against Sevilla net.
Looks like Canales is thinking about taking it. No, it's swung in by Fidal. Straight into the hands, safe hands of Thomas Vaklic, who plays it out quickly. Andre Silva. Blocked by Carvalho. Firm challenge in there by Laurent Moron. The home fans outraged that the whistle's gone, and it's a free kick to Sevilla for the challenge. I don't think it's this one by William. Oh yes, it probably is.
I'm liking the way that Gil Manzano is just unaffected by the noise.
Yeah. Mudo Basquez. Oh, that's a lovely ball.
Oh.
And in the end, it's well defended, and Mark Bartra gets it away. Very nearly taken by surprise there, Kike Setien's defence. Roque Mesa. Little flick back to Mercado. This is Gomez. Arana. Pierre. And in the end, Banega all the way back to Baklic.
Mudo Vasquez, Simon, has things that remind you sometimes of, say, a Berbatov. Wanders around, looks laconic, but minimum effort. Take, turn, give, sets up a goal chance.
Here's Silva. Back to Banega. Navas making a run. Banega sees it, so too to Junior Firpo. Guardado now. Lauren making a run. The ball over the top. Brilliantly dealt with by Simon Kier. Well, it's end to end and starting to be a very, very highly competitive derby as Sevilla reacts, but they have to be careful. Lovely little ball there from Basquez. Sarabia in the area, still Sarabia, and in the end the shot is tipped round the corner by Pau Lopez.
Yeah, fantastic save, and it's interesting how he kept the two attack position from Sevilla. The man that was behind Carvalho. Once you pass the ball behind Carvalho, which is Mudo Vasquez and Sarabia, that's it. You are 1 against 1 or 2 against 2 with Betis defenders. So Sevilla doing very well, taking that advantage behind Carvalho.
And Simon Sarabia is the danger man.
Yeah.
Yet to score in the league, but 6 goals already in Europe. 6.
Well, Sevilla in general dealt with the early pressure very well, and they're starting to just poke their nose up above the trenches. That one comes in, it's headed clear from the near post, only as far as Roque Mesa. And, well, the home fans love that one.
He'll never get a bigger round of applause in his life, but for the wrong reasons.
Well, he's already... I mean, he's a fiercely competitive player, and for all of his class and elegance on the ball, he has got that competitive gene that sometimes leads him down the wrong alley, I think it's fair to say. But as I said, he's hasn't made too many friends in the Benito Villamarin yet. That was a good ball from Cayer. Navas plays it wide. Navas again. Little dip over the top. And the shot smothered. Sarabia with the attempt. It's between the 3 sticks, but smothered there by Lopez.
Sarabia has been outstanding. He's intelligent. He doesn't stay there. He goes up with Andre Silva. He comes behind Carvalho. He's moving around. So great.
Here's Loren Moron, and the flag up for the challenge by Sergio Canales, I think, as the ball came over the top. Quickly taken by Eva Banega. Here's Mercado. Banega. Another one over the top for Mudo Vasquez. Pau having to rush back into the 6-yard box. Here's Sarabia. Lovely ball in for Silva. Couldn't quite get the shot off on the turn. Pau Lopez very happy to collect that one.
There's an air of panic at the back, drawing on what Lauren said if they can get in behind Carvalho, but you pointed out, so Pau Lopez came racing out for a ball he was never going to get near to. There's more nerves in the defence of the home side than there is in the defence of the visitor side, who keep getting offside decisions very, very easily. And right now, if that goes on, they're smoking a cigar and loving that.
Yeah, when I was playing the system 4-4-2, we always love to play against 3 at the back.
Yeah.
Because you put 2 against the 2 central backs, you always get the space.
Of course.
One of the midfield runners to that space, you always create chances.
Mudo Vasquez does well. Sarabia nods it back to him. He's got Navas outside him.
Oh la la.
And once again, a big round of applause.
It's the Roque Mesa disease, isn't it? It's catching.
when the away fans clap you, it's something wrong.
You know you've gone bad.
Well, both sides have shown signs of nerves in these opening, 25 minutes?
Don't you feel, though, it's been increasing amongst the home side? Partly because Sevilla are just gently working them out, working out where to use the spaces, where to prod to do the most damage. But also any side at home in front of a fan base like this that has pressure but doesn't maybe get a great goal chance or a goal, suddenly everything calms down and the more intelligent side begins to win the day.
Sarabia having words with the match referee.
Can you believe, Simon, that this is a guy, they've been talking to his agents for a year to try and work out how to get a new deal for him. He very nearly joined Real Sociedad. The fan base would have stormed the Nervion if that happened.
Oh, absolutely. He's crucial for this this team. And, well, as we often say, I mean, the surprising thing is offers haven't flooded in from abroad as well, because he's a top player. Great footballing intelligence. Mercado's going to take the throw in. Mudo Basquez leaves it for him. Mercado. In the end, couldn't link with Andre Silva. Goes through to Pau Lopez. Lopez takes his time, sends it forward where Loren Moron and Simon Kjaer are having a real battle. It falls to Canales. Carvalho. Mandy. Canales. Back to Mark Bartra. The man who's got the most space in the pitch for Betis is Junior Firpo on the left flank.
The more we watch how he's using this game and what he's trying to do apart from a run he's making now,
which is well spotted by Canales. Firpo with the control, puts it into the mix where it's smothered by Thomas Vaklic. Oh, another error. Rocky Mesa sweeping it up under pressure from Inui. Lovely flick from Sarabia. This is dangerous. Mesa storming forward, and what a wasted ball. All that effort for nothing.
No wonder he holds his head in his hands, one hand up to apologise. That was disgraceful. The quality of the play, the quick reactions to set up that opening, that was a goal. That was 9/10 of a goal, and he made it look as if he had no idea what he was doing.
Yeah, easy pass to Sarabia. I brought my attention to the game that we saw before of Junior. What happened is, when the middle of the park is tight, who give you the option? The wide players. So a swift side from left to side is always dangerous.
Moron flattening Mercado there. Kjaer under pressure from Moron. It's not the greatest pass back to Vaklic. He avoids the corner, puts it into touch. The home fans have quietened down a little bit as they've seen Sevilla's reaction, starting to feel that Sevilla too are suffering from the tension of the derby. That one came off Firpo. Kjaer volleying it out. It'll be a throw-in.
I've noticed that Setien has got the ball boys really well briefed. Every time the ball goes out, somebody's throwing another ball back in. The match ball is never in play once it goes out. It has to sit at the side because the ball boys are throwing it back quickly. They patently think that if they get the chance from the ball going out of play, they can catch Sevilla napping. Or at least Kiki Setien thinks that.
Canales avoided the challenge there of Mudo Basquez. Finds Teo. Mandy. Back to Bartra.
Canales nibbling away at the assistant saying, Sergio Gomez is hurting me.
Inui to Firpo. Firpo back to Zufidal. Bartra. A long possession for Betis, but not penetrating too far into the Sevilla half at the moment. But Mendy back to Bartra again. A patient build-up. Sevilla holding their lines. Once again, it's Bartra. Teo miscontrolled it, but wins the throw. It was put out of touch by Mercado. By Gomez, rather. Carvalho.
This is speculative only, Simon, but I can't help wondering whether Kiki Setien doesn't want Junior to be as offensive as he normally would because he's got Navas on that wing. I can't prove that, but as Lauren says, there's space, there's an outlet. Again, we see it there, and he's not pushing forward the youngsters as much as he would normally.
Guardado on the ball. Carvalho. Back to Fidal. Through the middle, Guardado combining with Inui. Inui, lovely little run. Comes up against Mercado in the end. Sent forward for Silva to chase. Mark Bartra across to clean up, and he doesn't want that throw taken quickly. You can understand the annoyance there of the Sevilla number 12. Really anxious to get the ball back in play, but everybody strolled back into the Betis half. Navas, Sarabia. Back to Mercado. It's Rocky Mesa. Gomez. Doing really well there. Mudo Baskev to hold on under the pressure from Mandy. Arana back to Gomez. This is good for Sevilla, just to hold on to the ball for a little bit, just to get the fans a little bit on edge.
And brief, little bit. Brief with the ball.
Again, it's Silva battling away, gets the better of Bartra, the flag raised.
Very slow. The assistant is right there. He can decide quickly whether there's a handball or not. He takes quite a long time to see. Okay, it's on the other side of the body, admittedly. Andrew Silva was correctly pulled up there. It just took a little bit longer than I expected. You can clearly see the Portuguese using his arm.
This is the ball that has lost Bartra now. The manager can say to you, you have to come out with a play and try to play, but you have to understand the game. He tried to flick it up to be smart, to flick it up above the head of Andrew Silva and start to play.
If that comes off his chest, then Andrew Silva's clean on goal.
Play, give the ball away.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Fidal square to Mandy. Bartra on the ball. Inui does well there. He felt he might be held back. The referee tells him to get up. Here's Guardado. Carvalho looking for Junior, but only finding Mercado. That's a firm challenge from Carvalho. Little bit of afters there. The yellow card is out. Rocky Mesa, surprise, surprise, involved again.
That's been coming, Simon, and you know very well that he's dived into that because he feels like an idiot from the right to left pass as the whole Benito Villamarín is shouting at the Portuguese, shoot! And he decides to do the clever thing, but messes it up, leaves it short, and then goes roaring into that. I mean, even in 1971, that would have been a booking, and that's saying something. But he and Rocky Mesa, I think underneath it all, I think they're enjoying this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can see that Mesa's loving it. I mean, there was a little bit of afters. He was slow to get off Carvalho's back. Left the imprint of the knee, but it's Carvalho's original foul, and it's Carvalho who gets the first yellow card of the game.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest problems of Carvalho. I mean, he's very good defensively, but once he gets that position, as you can see him in with Portugal in the World Cup and the Euro, he doesn't seem to get a shot or do something extra. We have to ask him a little bit more. We need, I think, the manager needs to talk to him and say, look, once you get there, try to do a little bit more. You know, because he got the quality.
The shot was there, wasn't it? He had the time and the space for the shot. But if you choose to recycle the ball, you make the ball reach, don't you?
Yeah.
You make sure that that goes wide.
Yeah, it seems like he has so many things in his head. Whether I don't know what to do in those positions, whether to shoot.
You're being very polite. It may be that he's not the quickest footballing thinker that Betis have ever had in the midfield. We talked on Friday, didn't we? As we look at Serra Ferreira on the right, the man who's reconstructed this side. In fact, Serra Ferreira was the coach when they last won.
Back in 2006, Graham, and well spotted.
Against Juan de Ramos of Sevilla then.
The players, of course, by the way, we haven't mentioned it, as you probably saw there, because of the heat here in Seville. We're only just into September, so we can still count it as summer. There is a water cooling break being taken after the 30 minutes.
I would have loved that in my time. running on that flag up and down. Come on.
And nobody even gave
Nobody was there.
Yeah.
There are players I've known in my time, particularly in the UK, would have used this for a dry martini. Or
well, you know the old
half of shandy, maybe.
You know the old Spanish expression: to your enemy, you don't even give him water.
Yeah, exactly. Ask Bilardo. You remember Bilardo?
Yeah, of course.
Bilardo said, al enemigo, pisarlo, step on it.
Yeah, wasn't it Bilardo's side who tampered with the drinks bottles in the World Cup that they shared with Brazil?
Yeah, we don't want to make this broadcast an anti-Bilardo propaganda.
Not if he hears it, we don't. Not if we hear it.
But we love him.
He is the man who said to an Argentina team, you can come back from the World Cup without winning the Cup, it's no problem. But if you come back and you've won the Fair Play Award, you're going to have serious problems with me. The water break is over, ladies and gentlemen. The play underway once again. Soufadal on the ball for Betis. Is Mark Bartra. The score 0-0. 30 minutes gone here in the Benito Villamarín. Who's on top, Graham?
Yeah, I think Betis have had largely the possession and the roars, but the smarter team that's making the incursions that count is definitely Sevilla.
Here's Silva. Very impressive indeed so far in this first half, Andre Silva. Supported here by Arana. Played all the way back to Gomez. Now Simon Kier. Lorin Moron goes in to press him. This is Mercado. And that's a bit of a wasted ball.
I back my point by giving you something both that you can agree with or cut down. I think if Betis go 1-0 up here, the noise will be fantastic, it'll be volcanic. But would that assure you a home win? No. And I think Sevilla have got it in the tank to say, yeah, we can soak that up and cope with that. If Sevilla were to go 1-0 up, I think you'd see nerves everywhere, on and off the pitch.
Muda basket brought down by Mandy. The referee, Mr. Gil Manzano, quick to blow for that one.
Simon, he's done a good job.
Yep.
You know, it's quite heated. He's allowed a reasonable amount of physical tussles, which we've been enjoying.
Yeah.
Canales and Sergio Gomez, or Kiar and Lorin Moron. Across the pitch, he's been savvy, and nobody's really lost their temper. Just that big booking, that big lunge by Carvalho. Referee thus far, with over half an hour gone, has been an assured, smart, streetwise presence.
And there are battles going on all over the pitch. It's not just Carvalho and Mesa. Cayer and Moron, for example, is another one. I agree with you. There's Sarabia picking it up. There's a player down for Sevilla. Sarabia battling to get away from Bartra, and Bartra gets the better of him. It's a throw to Betis. Is that Muda Basket? No, it's Silva. I'm not sure who.
Yeah, it's Silva.
Is it? Gil Manzano goes to have a word. He's clutching the back of his neck. There's the challenge by Bartra on Sarabia. I think Sarabia might feel a little bit hard done by there, Graham.
Yeah, okay, I think he held up his run deliberately to try and get nudged, and it's my contention that Silva is drawing the referee's attention to the physical battle. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the Portuguese there, but not cheating. He's saying, referee, I'm being manhandled. It's just a little message from the player trying to influence the ref, do something about it. Let's see. Manzano's too long in the tooth. I think he'll ignore that.
Mandy on the ball for Betis. Here's Carvalho, quick to release it for Canales. Canales gets away from two men. He's tripped. The referee tries to wave play on. Can't in the end. The Betis players surround him. But he's given the free kick. That's good refereeing.
Well, Lorin was the man who earned his profession playing at this level, so he'll have the final verdict. But I agree with you, Canales is nearly away. The referee is letting the play flow. If Canales bursts through and releases a goal pass, the crowd are going to be cheering the referee, and instead, because it's a derby, they're on his back. But he knew exactly what was happening. The instant there was no advantage, he pulled it back. Really good.
Kike Setien in the heat of the moment, kind of getting the crowd behind him and against the referee a little bit, but I think if he sees that again, he'll agree exactly with what you just said, Graham. It's going to be Canales himself to take it. Everybody back for Sevilla, everybody up for Betis. Christian Teo in masses of space here on the right. He floats it in, it's nodded down. Navas plays the ball out. Carvalho sticking with him. Arana over the top, intercepted nicely. Teo, oh, this is better for Betis, giving it away though, Banega. Banega, lovely close control from Ever Banega, drawing the foul and pausing a moment of danger. Banega's ball over the top, the flag is up, Andre Silva's offside.
The movement was good. The Argentinian saw his Portuguese counterpart quickly enough. It's just that neither of them was operating at exactly the same speed. It's a clever idea, though. You know, without lamenting too much the fact that we've lost in Fabian, a wonderful player, that Lauren and I were talking on Friday with you, Simon, about the hole in the midfield that it leaves. It's changed their passing style.
Yeah.
It was a Guardiola, Sarri style of football last season. Setien always said, I learned my footballing principles as a Racing Santander midfield, chasing after Cruyff teams.
Yeah.
The absence of that guy has changed their passing sequences and their movement and their position.
That extra thing.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It's Mark Bartra for Betis. Can't quite see the routes to link with Christian Teo. Firm challenge from Nudo Basket. Throw into Betis, which Teo will take.
Hello.
Mandy goes down. The home fans not too happy with that challenge by Andre Silva.
Yeah, if I was the home coach, I wouldn't be too happy with the way that Teo didn't tell either of them who it was coming to, and one of them his back turned to him. Teo now just needs to sharpen up in football intellect.
Carvalho. Canales was surrounded by red shirts. Sevilla looked to break. Here's Banega. Options here. He's got Navas wide in space. Navas finds Sarabia. The flag up for offside. That's well playing the defence playing the offside trap really well there. Stepping forward. They knew where Navas was going with that.
Their line's perfect. You could put a spirit level on that and it would say, yeah, plumb.
Guardado for Betis.
Lovely ball.
It's a lovely ball to Canales. The flag stays down. Canales buries it. The flag is up. The flag is up. We're going to need the VAR here. The flag up for offside. Referee Gil Manzano asking for pause. Tension around the Benito Villamarín. The initial roar was enormous. Now we're going to have the added drama of the VAR decision. It's going to be tight.
He can't score with his arm. I'd like to see that ruled on. And whatever VAR says, Simon, he now knows that he finished perfectly. He kept calm. He tucked it away. That's something to hold on to. But
definitely, sometimes players you stop. You have to finish and score, and then let the referee or the VAR, whoever it is, to make the decision.
The tension around this ground now is fantastic. Canales looking at him.
Goal.
What a finish from Sergio Canales. We're going to see Gil Manzano's given it as offside, to the tremendous disappointment of the home fans in the Benito Villamarín.
The pass was gorgeous. The movement of the little Japanese converted midfielder into semi-striker, absolutely lovely. And the coolness he showed in front of Vaclav, that was all gorgeous football. I'd have loved that to stand just because it was an exquisite moment.
Talking of exquisite, Ever Banega, the cross whipped in, dealt with. And Junior Firpo prevents that going for a corner or a throw. Mercado wins it in the air. Well, let's see the response from both the Betis players and the Betis fans to that huge disappointment.
There you go, Simon.
Well, there's the answer. The fans behind the goal defended by Thomas Vaclav getting behind their team. Throw into Betis.
Now that we're over on that touchline, Simon, whatever is happening in Junior's head or what the coach has asked him to do, it's not working. When Navas had a little chance, OK, Sarabia was offside, Junior wasn't close enough. They've lost a real attacking arm that we know can create havoc, create chances and can score. He's neither snuffing things out defensively, nor is he an attacking arm. The whole tactic there needs to be revised.
Vaclav getting almost caught out there.
Sweeper keeper.
It was a tremendous back pass from Navas. He absolutely wellied that one, and Vaclav did well to deal with it. Rather fortunate. Oh, that's a shocking ball from Teo.
Slowed it down when there was a counter-attack and then gave it away.
Here's Sarabia, as well defended by Zufadal. Ever Banega, he's got options, and he chooses the wrong one. Guardado to Inui. Inui goes down. Free kick, and is the hand in the pocket? Yes. Yellow card for Mercado.
The Argentinian has no complaints whatsoever there. Textbook foul. That means, well, I'll tell you something. We don't want to see 10 men against 11 this early, but when you slide in from behind like that, there are referees who'll say that's a straight red. Glad to still have 22 on the pitch, though. You never tackled like that, Lauren, did you?
No, never.
It might have dirtied your smoking jacket. You were too elegant as a footballer.
The worst one I did was in against Bayern Munich. I regret that. That was nasty. Champions League. Well, losing and then I lose my mind.
I'm sure you're forgiven. Touch.
Fortunately, you found it again. Here's Carvalho, dispossessed there by Mudo Baskev. The challengers are flying in thick and fast in the centre circle there. Roque Mesa, who does really well there, picks out Navas. Sarabia, as always, making the challenge and run into space. Here's Sarabia. He's got Andre Silva in the middle. Silva's run to the near post is excellent, but it's blocked, and it'll be a corner for Sevilla.
Whether I say pre-match, Zufadal wiping out other people's troubles, always getting in the way. That's been his signature all season since he came back from that horrible injury. Did it again there.
We're reaching the closing minutes of this first half. It's been vibrant, it's been lively, it's been the derby. The only thing we're missing is a goal. The nearest so far has come for Betis. That goal from Sergio Canales ruled out for offside. Ever Banega with the corner, driving that in low.
I don't understand the situation about the coaches. I mean, fantastic Quique Setién, fantastic, but there is no one on the post. No one near post, no one in the second post, no one. I mean, if they have a deflection and one guy goes in the second part, I mean, there's no one in the post.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
It's completely man-to-man and nothing zonal, nothing on the post.
Yeah.
Most coaches now mix zonal and man-to-man.
Not even though.
It's Banega again, this time driving it long, winning it in the air was Roque Mesa, and he wins another corner, third on the trot for Sevilla. It's a good way to end this first half.
It's another thing, I don't know what Lauren thinks about this, but I hate defensive situations when the defending team at a corner leaves nobody up front. There's nobody as an out ball.
Yeah.
You can be hemmed in there. No, I'm not keen on that.
We're into the last minute of the regulation 45. Third consecutive corner for the visitors. Moments of tension in the Benito Villamarín. That's an in-swinger. Just about dealt with. Collected here for Arana. Drives it across the face of the goal. Two red shirts sliding in at the far post. Just failing to make contact. Arana in space had time to collect his thoughts, take a first touch. Well, the minority of Sevilla fans are enjoying themselves. The majority, the Betis supporters, drowning them out. The 45 minutes are up. 3 minutes have been added. 3 minutes more before these players get to take a short break. It's Mark Bartra on the ball.
It's a favourite theme of ours, isn't it, Simon? None of them have gone to sleep. None of them are dreaming about the cup of tea. Everybody's knowing that they must see this out.
Dispossessed there. Lauren Maron. Down goes Bartra. And again, problems for Gil Manzano. A yellow card for Andre Silva. Is that for the challenge or the dissent?
No, well, for a combination of both, because he's left his opponent down. He's claimed that he'd been elbowed first. It's a deliberate. They're right in front of the referee. He's holding down. Then he's roared at him. And when you get Roque Mesa telling you to calm down, you know that you're losing it.
You're on dodgy ground indeed. Thin ice indeed. Listen to the way the Benito Villamarín is cheering the side on.
I think they're proud of the troops in this first half, Simon.
Well, I think they are, and I think with some justification, but they love a little golito to go with this into half-time as Loren gets away from Cayer. Still Loren running down a blind alley. Taylor shot! into the side netting. It'll be a corner for Betis.
That's why he gets pardoned by Quique Setien for so many brainless moments, which I'm not afraid to say because it's true. But he backs his striker up as the ball comes loose. He's quick onto it, he wriggles. Could easily have scored, and that's why his daft moments are tolerated.
Sergio Canales to put the corner in. Vaklic out, gets some glove on it. It falls to Zufadal. Well, what on earth was that? Either way, he's found a teammate in the form of Guardado. Plays it back to the keeper.
Zu has never once put his hand up to say sorry about that, lads. He's trying to show that it was intended, I think.
Was he trying to shoot, do you think?
No, I think it's a cross-field pass that he sclaffed.
Great old Scottish word there, Lauren.
Yeah, if this was golf, he'd get
that's handball from Mesa.
A second tee shot.
No question. And he's going to get a yellow card. Or was it Sarabia? I thought it was Mesa.
No, it's Roque Mesa.
Yeah. Well, he's done his very best to get into the referee's book. And that's the infraction. Clear handball.
Yeah, another way of being able to say that Gil Manzano has kept a really good lid on what's happening. He's been athletic, right position, vast majority of the right decisions, handled the VAR really well. The tempers have never quite been allowed to boil over, and I give a lot of credit to the referee for that.
Absolutely. Been brilliant so far.
Adding to the tremendous enjoyment of this derby. It's been intense as Guardado flicks it in. It's going to fall for Firpo. There is the half-time whistle. Unanimous applause around the Benito Villamarín as the players troop off. Chants of Betis, Betis, Betis. The home fans are pleased with the intensity of the performance. They'll be regretting the fact that the score hasn't changed from the start, still 0-0.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the play has been outstanding for the 45 minutes. What they want is to see the passion reflected and extrapolated to the pitch. Has been extrapolated to the pitch, but with the brain, because the whole tackling has been, both sides have been superb, and you know, Betis fans will be looking for that upside because it was too close. I mean, overall, fantastic 45 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah. Betis with the initiative for the first 15 minutes, soaked up by an excellent Sevilla defence. Graham, Sevilla responded, and the last half hour has been very much 50-50. I think you'll agree.
It has. I think that part of the way to explain that is that we've got two really football intellectual coaches who planned this out really well, whose styles fit with each other really well in terms of giving us entertainment. And I'd be fascinated. I'd love to be in the dressing room to see how they're rebooting for the second half.
Well, the second half will be coming your way in just about 15 minutes' time, and we'll be here to bring it for you. The half-time score at the Benito Villamarín: Betis 0, Sevilla 0. Welcome back to the Benito Villamarín, where the home fans here enjoying or taking advantage of the break to take in a bocadillo, a sandwich. We've already had ours, as well as the players make their way back down the tunnel. You can see Sarabia and Roque Mesa there, two of the protagonists, I think it's fair to say, of the first half. Roque Mesa, not always for the good, although he did show one or two moments of real class. Sarabia, Graham Hunter, was absolutely superb once again.
Sarabia, 7 goals this season, 6 in Europe, 1 in the Super Cup. And what he's demonstrated, and what I think both you and Lauren are drooling over, is that his intelligent use of space, his decision of when to hold the ball, release it quickly, change of tempo, but above all, he gets into spaces that midfielders and defenders hate him doing. Yeah. That's why he's such a devastating
absolutely. You just pointed out, because as a central back, you don't want to go far to close him down. So you hold it up to your position because you feel comfortable close to your neck. So what he did cleverly is to use that sometime ago, sometime I stayed, sometime I go behind Carvalho. So they've been moving around. He's been moving around with intelligent ways. So.
And I'd argue that when he's in that space, Simon, that Lauren likes and would have hated to mark as a fullback at Arsenal, Vasquez finds Sarabia so well. To find the space is point number one. But to have somebody near you who says, I know what you're going to do, there's the ball at the right time. That's when it becomes something extra.
And with Navas making intelligent movement as well, they're causing a real problem to the left side of the Betis defence. Lauren, what does Sevilla have to do to take the 3 points here tonight?
What Sevilla have to do is just to try to work it out better in the position with Kyle. You know, try to get some help from the other central back, the Argentinian boy. Yeah. And also, in attacking point of view, keep moving. Don't stand still in the position. Try to dig into the spaces that when Carvalho is out, you try to dig in there, and they've been doing so well. And also, when the ball go on the wide side, especially with Navas, there have to be 1 or 2 more people inside the box to get that crosses. I mean, so far I move well as well. And also, Banega. I miss Banega because we're saying that who can filter in those digging those passes between the defenders? It's Banega. Banega have to be more on the ball, but no close to the central back. Need to be farther up, close to the strikers.
Rocky Mesa with his first touch of the second half plays the ball back to Simon Kier. It's Mercado. Carvalho picking it up, dispossessed by Mesa. Bartra takes a tumble, he stays down. Canales with the shot. Good start from Betis. Testing Vaklic there. Graham, Betis have been impressive moving forward, but they've looked a little bit edgy at times when defending.
I think one of the things that I'm enjoying watching is a lot of what Betis want is a win tonight and a goal from the striker. As neutrals, we're watching the development of young Lauren Moran, and he's not had a lot of quality. He's had a real physical battle, but we saw him there. He works and he turns, makes it physically uncomfortable for his marker. He may gain an edge. There are subs on the bench. He knows that there's competition. Sergio Leon is there. Sarabia is there. There's competition for him. But the local boy is making sure that Kiar has to keep on top of his game. I like watching that.
Clearance by Vaklic. Carvalho getting the better of Mesa. Mesa controlling. Claims for handball. Waved away by the referee. Silva getting in behind Junior Firpo. Responds well. Navas into the area. The cross takes a deflection off Junior Firpo, and it's a corner for Sevilla.
Yes, we were saying about that why Junior Firpo was quiet, because he knows that Navas is going to bomb it up the whole 90 minutes, because you know he had an injury to do that. So why he does well. One time I go, one time I stay. So he's doing well, Junior. He knows when he have to go, while I have to stay. You cannot go all the way because Navas will come against me. So well done.
The corner will be taken by Sarabia, who signals his intentions to the attacking horse. Plays it short to Banega. Banega's cross is a good one.
Oh, what a
waste. Close in the end from Mudo Basket. From Mercado, I beg your pardon.
Until he heads over the ball, that's perfection.
Yeah.
Sarabia is indicating it's going to come in, or feigning that it's going to come in. The short one to Banega, and Mercado's off. The training ground work that they've done on the machine is perfect at the point. As the Argentinian, who's good in the air, arrives at the second post, little wonder his coach is furious there. All Mercado has to do is lift himself up about an inch more and head it down, and it's 1-0. The work was wasted there.
Massive relief on the face of Pau Lopez as that one sailed over the bar. His clearance with the left foot was poor. They were lucky to get away with a poor control by Navas, giving them the throw. Lopez again clears. Inui under it. It was won by Mercado. Throw into Betis.
Yeah, sorry to insist on that, but we've got 10 players inside the 8-yard box. No one in the post. I mean, I can't believe it. So in this level, I mean, but in both sides, because Sevilla did the same in the first half. If you have a look carefully.
Mandy inside to Guardado. Bartra. Mandy. Bartra. Zufidal. That's too firm for Inui. Puts some pressure on Mercado. Mercado responds with nonchalance, and he's brought down by the Japanese. Sporting response from Mercado and Inui there. Mercado. Really wanting the ball there, Ever Banega. In the end, he played himself into trouble. It's fallen for Mudo Basket. He plays it wide. Played back in by Arana. Messer to Banega. Banega calling for it again. First time. Finds Sarabia. Is Navas. Ever Banega. He's not the paciest player, but tried taking the ball off him, although on that occasion Carvalho did. Storming forward now. Canales, not the greatest ball to Inui. Still the attack continues. Canales' cross, firmly hit, far too firmly hit. It's a throw to Sevilla.
And Teo was waiting on the other side. Teo was free, his arm was up, Lauren spotted it. Unfortunately, nobody else in the Betis team did.
Yeah, this is what Carvalho does well. Win those balls, give it quickly in that sort of position, which is good on that. He's been done it brilliant now. Just Sevilla were a little bit lucky because, as Graham said, if Guardado have a look on his right, it would have been a 1-0.
Subs warming up meantime, Simon. Lovely dancing movement from the Betis boys. Most noticeably, the returnee, Alex Vidal, also Quincy Promise and Max going alongside from Lyon, warming up for Sevilla. Coaches on a warm night, obviously thinking that they don't want to have perhaps red cards for, we could see Silva, Roque Mesa, Carvalho all in threat.
Firm challenge there. Waved away by the referee. Carvalho back to Bartra. Bartra once more. Is Guardado. Good ball. Oh, it's a heavy first touch.
Well, Simon, everybody knows that Joaquin's not warming up, because if the captain had been out, you'd have heard the roar in South Africa, wouldn't you? Directly, without the need of us broadcasting it.
Here's Mark Bartra. Carvalho. Guardado. Teo inside. Oh, just a lack of understanding there between him and Guardado. The ball over the top is easy for Mark Bartra.
Sergio Gomez mad at himself for booting that away needlessly.
Guardado dropping further and further back in between those three central defenders. Simon Kier battling there to hold off Loren Moron, who's a bit hemmed in, but wins the throw out of it and wins the applause of the Benito Villamarin, and you can understand why. Mandy. Teo.
Yes, Junior going.
There's a good ball towards Junior. He reaches, it gets his head on in the end of it, but Navas did enough to put him off.
Did you see what happened as soon as he stood up again? He looked over his shoulder. Where's Navas?
Yeah.
You know, the coach's words are in his ear. If you're up there, instantly the breakdown comes. Find Navas, mark Navas.
Vaklic taking his time to take the goal kick, sending it deep. It's one in the air by Fidal. As you said, Graham, he tends to win everything. Silva, Navas, back to Mercado. Mercado over the top, it's a loose one. Fidal there to clear. It will be a throw to Sevilla.
I don't know why Bartra is lifting his hand. You know, there's no pressure on the ball, you can't make the offside. When it's pressure on the ball, then you can come out and make the offside. But there's no pressure on the ball, the guy has a clear option to give a ball. You have to stay in your position. Don't ask for offside. If you do a step on, you're killing the game against yourself.
Lopez to Carvalho, who returns it to the former Espanyol keeper. The battle again between Cayer and Loren Moron. Collected now by Sarabia. Outside him Navas. Here's the danger. Navas' cross is a superb one. Clips the very top edge of the crossbar and goes out for a goal kick. Again, that combination of Sarabia and Navas.
53.451
3,451 fans in the Benito Villamarín tonight.
Very nearly full, sounding like it's full. Proud green and white army here, loving what they're seeing from a side that's corrected a lot of the mistakes of the first couple of weeks.
Sufidal, Junior Firpo, Inui. Oh, he does well to get away from the pressure of Banega there, Inui. Superb challenge by Navas. Here's Sarabia. Goes down. The flag goes up. Gil Manzano with a bit of a shake of the head. Here's the challenge from Guardado. Right in front of the technical area as Mercado has a quick word with Pablo Machin, or vice versa. It's a free kick to Sevilla. Eva Banega wants to take it. Everybody in the Betis half.
Yeah, we're going to see a change. Kiki Setien turned to his assistant, asked him to call a man in. We're going to see that, the next big break in play.
Banega. That's a poor one by his standards. It's cleared. There's a chase through Inui. Vaklic onto it. Sent it back. And Silva battling. Rather forlornly looks at the referee.
You know, we talked a lot about what made Silva such a good fit for this side, and part of it was the work of Escudero giving fantastic quality balls in from the left touchline. Silva has missed that tonight.
It's going to be Sanabria, I believe, Graham, who comes on for Betis, the first change of the game. Unless my eyes deceive me. They'll have to wait a moment, though. And that one goes all the way through to Pau Lopez. A little bit subdued the start to this second half. Is Guardado. Gets away from Sarabia. Bartra. Mandy. Whistle goes. Free kick for the challenge by Inui on Sarabia.
You know, there's so much information being imparted down there. It's crazy that they haven't been able to, despite him being stripped for 3 or 4 minutes, they haven't been able to get him on because he's been so much information being pumped into his head.
Meanwhile, here's Sarabia. Sanabria will have to wait. Good ball in, well dealt with by Mark Bartra. Bartra heading that out for a corner.
He needed communication there, Simon.
Nobody told him there was no pressure.
Yeah.
Graham, I don't think we'll see the change before the corner. But who do you feel will be replaced by Sanabria?
There are options. You could go with 2 strikers and take Inui off. I don't think he's going to do that. I think Laurent Moron has run his race. He's worked himself physically all night, and by and large, Chiara's managed him. Sanabria is bigger, quicker. We saw him score that wonderful goal at the Bernabeu last year for the victory there. Injured, horrible months of injury. I suspect it's striker for striker.
I'm agreeing.
We'll have to wait a moment. That cross is awkward for Pau Lopez. The ball may have gone out. The linesman says no. I thought it may have just gone out and then curled back in, but the linesman was well positioned and has given another corner. Good reaction there from Pau Lopez. You can see how awkward this is. And he just palms it over with Mercado putting pressure on at the far post. Eva Banega with the corner. Once again, given the short option, he's leaving it to Sarabia. No, Sarabia just has a little word with him. Driven in, headed clear by Laurent Moron. Sarabia, poor first touch, kept in play, no. The flag very quick to be raised. Eva Banega a little bit petulant there as he kicks the ball away. Now we'll see the change, and this is why you two are here as experts. Absolutely right. Laurent Moron is replaced by Sanabria.
Born in Paraguay, brought up in the football school at FC Barcelona. Still only 22. Glory last year. the Bernabeu.
And for Sevilla, sorry, Gonalons is going to come on.
No, it was unlucky because he was scoring goals and then he had a back injury last season. Otherwise, it would have been great for Betis. Yeah.
Well, really, his injury was the reason Laurent Moron stopped at the scene. So, you know, clouds, silver lining.
The karma of football.
I think as well, when you've got a Danish centre-half like that who's largely won his battle, you ask him new questions.
Yeah.
How's your pace? If this guy can turn you, are you going to struggle more aerially against Sanabria than you did against Laurent Moron?
Mudo Basket, the man who's replaced, I think he went, as they say in Spanish, from more to less over the game. He had a bit of influence when Sevilla began putting the pressure on Betis after soaking up the early pressure.
Agreed.
But I think he's fallen out of the match a little bit.
Agreed, but there's also a risk. We saw this, didn't we, from Cholo Simeone up at the Balaidos yesterday. You make a change where it's a positive change. You want to influence the match. Gonalons is a creative footballer and definitely more mobile than Mudo Vasquez. You got Rocky Mesa in the middle of that midfield with a card. Now, you think really hard about how long do you wait to take off the player who's put, because you don't want the last half hour, 20 minutes. You don't want any time 10 against 11. So there's a small element of risk by Machin, but it's an offensive change, which is typical of him.
In fact, it seems like Mudo Vasquez cannot cope with more than 65 minutes. Last year as well, you keep changing him in the 70 minutes, 75, 65 minutes.
When you talk about him, you always talk about quality. You never say he's an Olympic athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they call him Mudo, which means dumb. What he really is not Mudo actually not speaking a lot. What he really is, of course, is not the quickest player in the world. Sometimes looks as though he's taking it a little bit easy. Plenty of quality with the ball. Simon, good footballing vision.
It's hard to run and smoke a cigar at the same time. Captain's out, captain's out. That was the ripple of love, not just applause that you heard for Joaquin, who's down on the touchline now, reaching for his bib.
Here's Sanabria with his first touch. No, didn't quite work for him. Vaklic collecting just in case. We're past the hour mark here in the Benito Villamarin. The score 0-0.
What a movement from Tello, yeah? He knew that it was offside, so he come out and then he make the run again to create the space. Fantastic.
There's a chase there for Sarabia. Now Navas, immediately surrounded by green shirts. And that's good play by Mesa. Appeals for offside against Sarabia. It's a good curling cross in, well dealt with in the end by Zufadal, who's been absolutely brilliant, Graham.
Yeah, he's a Derby player, isn't he? Absolutely no quarter asked or given, utter commitment.
Navas, the cross is blocked by Zufadal. Here's Inui. Junior Firpo. Inui, nonchalant stuff this from Betis. Played back to Pau Lopez. Mandy to Bartra, that's very smooth. That is Kike Setien football. It's simple football, but you have to do a lot of things very, very well indeed for it to work. And right now, Betis are enjoying a decent spell and they're looking confident. Here's Carvalho, lovely footwork. Got away from Gonalons. That's a poor pass though, under hit. Mandy keeps the move going.
Becoming a trademark, Simon. Carvalho cannot underhit passes like that.
Canales attempted chip to link with Inui, dealt with by Cayer. Fidal was up there, he's out of position though, but nobody able to link with Andre Silva. Is looking very lonely up front for Sevilla all of a sudden. Carvalho to Canales. Canales bundled off the ball.
Hello.
Takes justice into his own hands and picks up a yellow card, quite rightly.
Yeah, he has to do it.
You're sure he has to do that?
He has to do it.
I don't think they're exposed enough to risk a booking. You'd know better, but if I were his coach, I'd be saying, you idiot, jockey with him, work with him, keep going.
He has no pace.
I think he doesn't have the pace that Navas has.
That pace.
And I mean, the point is as well, Lauren, you're saying he has to do it. Graham, you're doubting it. Either way, he took the decision to do it, and he takes the yellow card. It could be a right decision, could be a wrong decision.
That's one of the main points of football. I back you completely.
Exactly.
Make a decision and act. Don't be caught in the middle.
Exactly.
I'll buy your argument.
The Benito Villamarín warms to this one, getting right behind the team. The only thing this game needs now is a goal. Guardado back to Bartra. Oh, and again, that was good pressing. But again, the response is good from the defence. That one's loose. Gonalons making an impact immediately. Banega getting the ball out, finding Navas. Navas finding the danger man, Sarabia. Inui's with him. Sarabia evades his challenge. Is the ball of quality? Well, it was, but the header was directly at Pau Lopez, who's brought down by Rocky Mesa. And there could be some... well, there's going to have to be some kind of verdict. Mesa stays down. I believe it's Rocky Mesa. I may be wrong. But it seemed to me that Pau Lopez, yes, of course it is. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
No. Pau Lopez has had a Sevilla derby. Russian block to the head.
Second yellow for Rocky Mesa. Red card for Mesa. Sevilla down to 10. Pau Lopez, like an intelligent criminal, leaving the scene of the crime.
I'm stunned. We spent all night praising the referee. Pau Lopez leaps onto Mesa, who, as far as I'm concerned, it's a lovely ball in. Pau Lopez does well here.
I think Mesa looks... Mesa looks for him. Mesa looks for him. He does. Pau is lucky not to get a red card in my mind.
Yes.
But Mesa looks for him.
He doesn't
and you
throw
can't
himself at him. He's allowed to occupy that space. It's like Rocky 5 out there, never mind Rocky Mesa. Come on.
No, I agree. Pau is very, very lucky. Rocky Mesa very unlucky. But he looks for the keeper.
I go back to my argument about Gonalons. Okay, we couldn't have predicted that this would happen. But when you leave Rocky Mesa on in this heated atmosphere, there was a better than even chance that the yellow gets converted into a red. Very tough times for Sevilla. Oh, and a big boot at the water bottle by Rocky Mesa.
Let's look at it again. Sarabia gets past Inui. It's a brilliant ball in.
Lovely.
The brilliant run with the header. Awkwardly done. Look, Mesa takes a few steps to get in his way. Pau responds illegally, but Mesa steps in his way.
He walks into the area that Pau might go to. He doesn't go close to his body. He doesn't block him once Pau's coming near to him. There's no forward movement. But listen, you're the boss.
Excuse me. The boss is Mr. Gil Manzano.
But we've spent all night praising Gil Manzano.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shut my mouth.
I know what I'm going to get.
Betis respond. Guardado nodded down by Firpo. Here's Inui. Inui gets it onto his right foot. The intention was clear. The execution was poor. Whatever the result, Graham, whatever the final decision, it's got the Benito Villamarín on its feet.
And something else, I'll tell you. Joaquin has been watching all of that, but the instant the red card came out, Joaquin, this wily leader, this captain, this classy player, doubled his work ethic in the touchline because he thinks he's coming on to play against 10 men Sevilla.
Problems for Machin, problems for Sevilla. The score still 0-0. Sevilla down to 10 men. Was Rocky Mesa correctly given that yellow card? Did Pau Lopez, who's on the ball here, get away with it? Well, obviously, you'll all have your own opinions at home, just as we do here. The only important opinion, that of referee Gil Manzano, and he chose to get this second yellow card out for Rocky Mesa. Problems for Machin.
Simon has only been 1-0 draw in 10 years in this fixture, either round. If I were a water diviner, my stick would be quivering. There's a goal coming. There's a goal coming.
Graham, euphemism hunter there. It's a throw-in for Betis. Mandy back to Carvalho. Zufidal. Bartra calling for the ball square and getting it. Obviously more space available, though Betis have stepped back. There's the ball for Teo, he keeps it in play. He's got Canales offering support. Here's Canales, looks up. Can't see a cross. Picks out Zufidal. We'll see Junior Firpo pushing up on this left flank much more often now. Here's Teo. Lovely cut back. Dealt with by Gonalons. He goes down and wins a free kick inside his own box.
Simon, down in the home technical area, and you can see it again now. Kike Setien and his Basque side kick, Eder Sarabia, have spent intense minutes talking to each other, working out how do we turn this 10-11 to our favour. They've made a decision.
And it's going to be Joaquin. Listen to the Benito Villamarín. Joaquin coming on. And in a way that's so intelligent from Setien, not just because of what Joaquin can offer on the field of play, what he can offer in terms of emotion and passion, and how he can really get the fans behind Betis for the final 20 minutes.
And he's savvy. He's a very savvy footballer. Yeah. He'll hold the play up. Yeah. He'll find spaces, right or wrong.
Yeah, he will find the space once you need it, because now Sevilla are going to be tight. They're going to close the gap between lines, and you need someone that can take up players on.
Good ball to Inui. Inui dances away from Kayer. He's brought down. Yellow card for Simon Kier, who sportingly recognises the foul and intelligently gives a little hug to Inui.
Sorry, you used the word euphemism about me. Sportingly, very shrewdly.
Very savvy.
Very shrewdly.
Yeah.
Out of position.
Yeah.
And the central back in that position, you know, they know that they look uncomfortable.
Inui was in the space where you talked about Sarabia, where the centre back has to make a choice that they hate having to do.
Bartra to Mandy. Teo. Again, offering support. Canales. Teo tries to go round himself. Overhits it. It'll be a goal kick to Sevilla. And a moment of relief for the visitors. So what's going through Victor Machin's head right now, Lauren?
Just try to be compact. Don't leave that gap. A lot of help from the midfield players, from Gonalons, from Banega once the ball goes wide, because once the ball goes wide, it's two options: inside the box or pass back, and you need the two midfield players to be close to the central backs and the back four.
Some brilliant holding up play there from Sarabia. Silva playing it back. Fallen to Gonalons, overhits the pass. Tucked back to Pau Lopez, who clears. Eva Banega. Carvalho on him, brings him down, sides him down. Absolutely clear-cut decision for the referee. Free kick to Sevilla.
Yeah, a little bit unwise, the wrong position, the danger wasn't that much. Breaks the flow, it buys Sevilla Machin time, not time just to breathe, but to reorganise, to deaden the crowd a little bit. Carvalho made a mistake there. It's not a capital error, but it's not the error of a bright man.
Well, it's an opportunity for 10-man Sevilla from the set piece. Sarabia's going to take it. He's got a silk left foot, this man. Swings it in awkwardly. Gonalons was up for it. Andre Silva got a touch.
Good touch. Lovely.
Here's Inui. Lovely receipt and turn. Plays the ball out. Finds Canales. Junior Firpo steaming outside him. Still Canales. Still Canales. Too late. And Inui was calling for it too. What a waste of a golden opportunity for the home team.
What about Sanabria? This all starts just outside his own 6-yard area with a lovely cushion touch on his toe. He stops, he turns, he sees the pass. It's a hugely risky one, but he pulls it off. Really big impact from the Paraguayan.
Yes, and then end up in the other goal. I mean, unbelievable.
Here's Gonalons. Simon Kier.
Yeah, I see Silva's reasoning. He wants it over the top. The high line that Betis have got, that negates the 10 against 11. They've lost possession of it. Silva was asking for it over the top.
Firpo couldn't keep that one in play. No, he wins the foul for the challenge.
Get ready.
And Joaquin's coming on, and he's coming on to replace Carvalho. Listen to the Benito Villamarin as they receive their hero, Joaquin.
Yes. Carvalho out, I think.
Because he's on a booking. We've seen what happened.
Guardado will get that position in the middle because he's been playing that last year. We saw him a few times, and you know, and this is Setien. He wants to win the game. He go all the way. He doesn't. He won't be happy with 0-0.
Well, absolutely not. Playing 20 minutes against 10 men, but it's still 0-0 at the moment as Mark Bartra collects this one. Picks out Zufidal. Mandy. Bartra leaving that one. You chase back for that one, he says to Zufidal. Listen to the Benito Villamarin. They can sense they've got Sevilla where they want them. They've got them for the taking if they can just keep their heads in the final third. It's Teo. Inui. Teo again. Canales. Teo. Joaquin lurking right in the D of the penalty area.
Can't believe Joaquin's been on the pitch for a minute and a half and nobody's found him with the ball yet. It's crazy.
That's about to change, I think. Although suddenly, a little bit of fancy footwork from Fidal. Teo. Still Teo. Inui. Forced to turn. Canales. Down goes Navas in the box and wins a free kick. The decision taking in the final third from Betis is very laboured, Graham.
Yeah, it's slow. It is slow. Now, Laura can explain it better, but that sometimes is to do with the speed of thinking of the guy who is on the ball, particularly, I'm sorry, but that's Teo, but it's also about movement, and it's about how tightly Machin's men are squeezing spaces.
Yeah, because in this moment when you play like that, we do that in the training session.
You drill it over and over again.
4 at the back, and then you put 8 players that don't score a goal against us. This is working at the training ground. But as you said that, you need the movement. Quick movement for the guy that have the ball. If you don't move, you stand still in the position. It's not. You don't give an option to the guy that have the ball. So they have to move quick to break down the Sevilla defender.
I think
if I was Machin, I would have gone for 4-4 and leave one up front.
Because then you're defensively you're as you were. Yeah. And what we've learned in our commentating career, Simon and I, for sure, is that 10v11 only becomes an advantage when the 11 use it smartly. They have to drag their opposition about. They have to also commit to breaking tackles, breaking lines, so that suddenly it becomes a double advantage, not just a single man advantage. And as of now, back to your point, Simon, Betis haven't been that crafty, haven't been that intelligent about how to open up Sevilla.
And that's why we're seeing frustrated gestures from Quique Setien over and over and over again, lamenting that lack of decision, that lack of creativity when it matters most. We've been able to explain all this to you, of course, because there's been the minutes cooling break and water break for the players, just finishing now. 15 minutes to go, just less than 15 minutes to go. Lauren, Betis clearly have the initiative now, but they have to start thinking a bit more sharply, using the ball better.
Yeah, using the ball better, movement as well. Also, when you have a team that is all closed down and tapped out the back, you need shot from distance. Why? If you shot from outside the box, you will make the other team to think to come out to get that ball. Then you create the spaces there. But Sevilla so far, they do well defensively.
We've had an 18-goal day today in La Liga, Simon, haven't we, thus far? But the one where there was a red card up in the Ciudad de Valencia, Coque off with about 15 minutes left, and they managed to see that out for a draw too. That's what Sevilla's target is now.
Oh, and there's a Betis player down. Is it Teo?
His chance.
Either way, the ball put in for Canales, and somehow Gomez manages to get the ball away. Still Betis insisting. Finally the clearance, looking for Andre Silva. It seems that Machin's taking your advice and is just sticking Silva as a lone striker up front.
Kjar's been heroic tonight, Simon. Absolutely titanic.
Teo. Mandy, played back to him by Guardado. There's Bartra.
Give it to Joaquin.
Still hasn't touched the ball. Here's Zufadal. Ignores Joaquin to his left. Instead picks out Christian Teo. Little step over from Inui. In comes the...
There it is.
There's the goal! It's Joaquin!
He's touched it.
It's the first touch! He puts it in the back of the net! It's 1-0 to Betis, and the Benito Villamarín doesn't just get on its feet, it erupts!
Simon, isn't football beautiful? None of us wear green and white for a living, but the captain comes on. Betis are struggling. They don't know how to find him, but they do now. Don't make me angry, he says, with his rippling six-pack and his shout off. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. He's the Hulk tonight. For green and white, this movement, perfect header, gets up, Lauren gets over it, right? The delivery is fantastic.
The delivery, it's all about the delivery. I mean, the delivery, if you have a kind of delivery like that, with people inside the box, because if you can like a 3-4 people inside the box. So, fantastic delivery, fantastic cross, and fantastic goal.
I'll tell you what, derbies all around the world are crucial, but you can see what that goal means to every single one of the 53,000 plus people here in the stadium, except for that small group of Sevilla.
And what did we say about the last time Betis beat their city rivals here in 2006? 2 players still in these squads. Navas was one, Joaquin was the other.
Sarabia, always a threat down the right flank. Who takes it off him? Zufadal. And there's a yellow card for Sarabia. I can only assume for his response to losing the ball there.
11 matches against Betis, 5 bookings. It's a tendency of his. Little wonder how well he's played tonight that he's a little bit frustrated.
He kicks out at both of them. Kicks out at Fidal first, misses him, catches Julia. There's the attempt to kick. Fidal completely misses him, catches Firpo, deserved yellow card. I would call that an orange.
Blinded by frustration.
Great cover for the fullback, helping Fidal at times. You know, but listen to the noise of the crowd.
You can feel it. We're up in the gantry and it is jumping.
Yeah, I was saying, this is called preferencia in Spanish. In Spanish, preferencia. Preferencia in Betis is different than preferencia in Sevilla Stadium. I mean, the noise is unbelievable.
It certainly is, as Inui chases that. Dealt with in the end by Gomez. Sends it long. And Betis have their tails up now.
Smart.
Was. And the ole-oles ring round the crowd. 8 minutes left. And Machin prepares 2 changes. Aleix Fidal is one of them, and the other is Quincy Promes, about to make his Sevilla and La Liga debut.
United by 2 things: pace and goal-scoring possibilities. As Betis look for the second, it's very clear what Machin is saying. I don't mind if we happen to ship another goal, stay at 1-0, but I want to play over the top for 2 quick men.
Exactly, absolutely right. You know, I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna lose with all my weapons. That's it.
Here's Teo. Canales was begging for that one, and in the end the shot from Inui is tame.
As cultural ambassador, Simon, when this building was shaking, we should explain what the song was. As about 53,200 people sang, they were singing, "Everybody who doesn't bounce is a Sevillista."
And there were, I think, 54,000 minimum who were bouncing. I thought the roof was going to come off. It's gone along, skips it away, one back. Good ball indeed for Navas. Navas gets it onto his left foot. It's a good cross in, Pau Lopez. And the crowd on its feet again. If there's anybody on the pitch who understands the passion of this derby, it's Jesus Navas, and he's going to keep going until he drops. He's been absolutely tireless tonight up and down the right flank.
The cameras aren't showing the fans, but men, women, children, grandparents, everybody on their feet, bouncing up and down, waving their scarves and singing till their throats burn.
Even the security men and the police are dancing. Two fouls it took to stop Andre Silva there. Mark Bartra, who's taken a knock himself in, goes down holding the back of the right thigh, Graham. That's not a good sign. The arm goes up, signalling to the bench.
Yeah, Bartra is somebody who has been troubled by repetitive muscle strains.
On comes the first change, Aleix Vidal.
Arana goes off.
Arana. Machin just getting the electronic scoreboard prepared, the electronic board prepared. Who will Promise be on for? He's going to have to wait, I think. There's Aleix Vidal, back at Sevilla after his spell at Barcelona. Eva Benega's ball. Nobody gets it away. Good work from Gomez. Aleix Vidal with his first touch. He claims handball, but he wins a corner.
I think they've given up on Bartra. I think Nyanyon, the Ivorian, who they signed this summer, I think he's going to come on for Bartra.
Bartra moving gingerly on the edge of the 6-yard box. He's going to have to hang on. He's looking after Gomez, it seems, but clearly struggling. In comes the corner. Pierre was up for it. In the end, the ball falling for Simon Pierre. And I don't think they're going to get that one back for a long time as it goes amongst the radical fans behind the goal defended by Pau Lopez.
Yes, you can see they're hiding the balls now.
Well, it's Simon Pierre who's replaced by Quincy Promes, this fantastic young Dutch player brought over from Spartak Moscow, gets his Sevilla and La Liga debut. I'm under tough conditions.
But sorry for the Dane as well, because he's led the fight from the back, coping with Lauren Moron absolutely brilliantly, winning tackles, blocks in the penalty area. As suggested, Bartra is not a guy to fake. This is not time wasting. I mean, the Betis players and Sevilla players surrounding him are arguing about nothing, because Nyanyon is ready on the sideline. This isn't time wasting. The referee adds on time for the substitution when it's made. Bartra's done, his race is run.
It's going to be Sydney, the Brazilian centre-back, to come on, signed from Deportivo.
Pardon me.
And he was initially left out of the matchday squad, but of the final matchday squad, but had to come in at the last moment, and now he's going to get 3 minutes plus stoppage time to show his stuff. Pau Lopez waits. Mark Bartra at least can walk off under his own steam, Graham. That's a positive sign.
He'll be proud of his part tonight, and as much as he's in pain, he's being sheared off this pitch. It's a wonderful ovation for the guy who came from Dortmund last Christmas and helped change the defensive profile of Setien's team. While this was going on, Tony Sanabria was holding a meeting in the central circle and dishing out instructions about when and how he wants the ball.
On comes Sydney to replace Mark Bartra, who's given a well-deserved standing ovation. Can 10-man Sevilla strike back? Minute 88. There will be stoppage time, of course. Pau Lopez sending that one long. Sanabria was up for it. It falls for Gonalons. Opportunity for Quincy Promes to make an immediate impact. Christian Teo there, dispossessed by Promes. With the outside of the boot, he gets the cross in. Sydney clears. Eva Benega. I sometimes get the impression Eva Benega, as he trips over that, was it Eva Benega? Yes, it was. That even if he was in a burning building, he would stroll out. You wouldn't see him break sweat and sprint. That would be vulgar.
Everything's done at his pace. He's classy, but he sees beautiful pictures on the football pitch and usually delivers the brushstrokes.
The throw-in is taken. And there's another one. Frustrating for Promise there.
Yeah, signed on the back of scoring 2 goals against Sevilla in a 5-1 mauling that Spartak Moscow handed out in the Russian capital last season to Berizzo's side.
That one floated in. Gomez collects. Teo with the pressure. The throw quickly taken. Well, they're enjoying this, the Betis fans, Lauren.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're quite happy. They're singing something about the lifting.
Advantage Pau. Ever Banega did in fact make a bit of an effort there to get on the end of that bouncing ball. Pau Lopez had the advantage. Just 12 seconds of regulation play left. Let's see how much is added. The fourth official about to raise the board down on the touchline in front of the dugouts. 6 minutes. Well, that's good. 6 minutes more of this. As Navas gets gingerly to his feet. He's won a free kick.
Interesting moment a minute 2 when Pau was dwelling on the ball. Eder Sarabia, number 2 to Kiki Setien, was out roaring at him. Don't hold on to the ball. Don't draw the referee's attention. Get it going, get it moving upfield.
Jesus Navas to take the kick. Floating that one to the edge of the box. Headed clear by Sydney and as far as Sarabia. Sarabia battling with Inui. Inui battling with Sarabia. Sarabia came out on top. Here's Quincy Promise. Bundle off the ball and wins a foul.
That was daft, that was unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's a bad decision.
And this is where Sevilla can make Betis suffer.
It's a brilliant attacking position.
Yeah, because you know, with one man down, you know the free kicks, corner is an opportunity, it's a chance to score a goal, and definitely this is one of them.
Practically everybody up for Sevilla. Only Banega and Navas hanging back. Pau Lopez misses it. The flag is up. Play waved on though, the free kick given.
Second time tonight that Pau has been given the benefit of the doubt. It's a hell of a week for him, for a guy who's made mistakes this season for his new club and picked in the Spain squad. As he comes here, he did a muddling amongst the bodies. He's not sure where he's going. I didn't see him committing a foul. But body to body these days, the keeper always gets the benefit of the doubt.
But in that particular action of the free kick, I think I found out the Betis defender, there was too much inside the box. They have to go on.
It falls for Joaquin. Joaquin is the glory for him, though it isn't. Just wide. He did everything right there. The whole of the stadium on its feet again. He saw the moment of glory. Just overdid how much he would have to curl that ball to get it around Baklic.
First touch and balance. He knows that the ball might break. His first touch and scored it. I swear there are times when he still looks 24-25.
Pau clears. Inui battling for it. It falls nicely. And Firpo making a run. That was intelligent from Guardado. Firpo can cause a threat here. Navas sticks with him. Firpo gets around him, tries to cut it back. And it's Navas who clears as far as Sarabia. In comes Sydney. He wants to make a name for himself. Wins the corner. That was brilliant from Sydney.
Fabulous. 2 heavyweights slugging it out for 15 rounds. And it's not going to be won on points, it's going to be won by a knockout. And that knockout blow has been given by Joaquin. There's time for me to be wrong, but the fans agree with me. Pau up in the centre circle there, making sure that he blocks the counter-attack.
Well, this is why Kike Setien is so keen on the former Espanyol man. For his daring and ability with his feet. Very much a modern style keeper. Doesn't always get it right.
Listen, after tonight they'll build a statue. Outside the stadium for his part in the mess-up, sending off, for his saves, for his commanding in the air, his commanding actions in the air. It's early days for him, but Statue, definitely statue.
Just to remind you, 2006 was the last time Betis beat Sevilla in a derby in La Liga in the Benito Villamarin. It looks like they're about to pull it off. They could well have gone 2 up. It's still 1-0. Anything can happen. They still have to keep their heads as Sarabia plays that one out. And good work in the end by Teo to prevent any possible chance of a counter-attack. The medical staff of Sevilla being called on. It's Mercado who's down, is it, Graham?
Yeah, it is Mercado, and I mean, he's patently in agony. I think there's a collision. Yeah, there's a collision there. I think he maybe gets a boot in the side.
Certainly the bodies throwing themselves at the ball there in the Betis area. Time running out.
No, Betis don't want this. They don't want to have added time.
Exactly.
More opportunities for Sevilla to find space, to launch the ball long. Make no mistake, that's what they're going to do.
Well, the hospital truck, as we could call it, if you like, is being brought on. It looks as though Mercado might need assistance in getting off, in which case Sevilla are going to end the game playing with 9 men. It doesn't look as though Mercado is likely to recover from this one, Graham.
Patently in agony, and I think we often say this, we divide these into groups of 2. Those who we think are theatrical and those who are hard men and stay down because they're hurt. Mercado is definitely in that latter group.
No question.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. You know, Lauren, that if you see him in that kind of state.
Yeah, that's it. If you see Mercado there, it's because it's a serious injury. It's a tough guy. You know, he won't take prisoners when it's needed, and if he's in that situation, it's because it's a bad injury.
Clearly, because there's no advantage to be gained for Sevilla. So let's hope Mercado is okay.
Just as he went off there, well, now he's changed. His leg was at a very funny angle.
Yeah.
Player I've enjoyed watching. Player of heart and creativity.
Yeah.
Central defender, right side, the wing back. World Cup fighter.
Applause from the Benito Villamarin, and I want to just bring that to people's notice. People are on their feet applauding Mercado, despite the fact that there's so much and so intense a rivalry.
Yeah, something has been changed, definitely, because in the Lopera areas, it would have been possible Sevilla fans to, to clap their hands. The mood is changed. New people, new owners, new friendship between the rivals, and respect. As you say, respect.
Yeah, it's a great advertisement for La Liga Santander. We have to say as well that the Betis fans are loving it right now. They can sense blood, and they sense that the hounds are about to rip that fox to pieces.
They wanted handball against Promise there. Miguel Manzano said play on, the crowd not happy.
Fidal, who else getting there ahead of Andre Silva?
Great one, Fidal, but when Fidal go to jump, Firpo cover his back. He went to his position because if Sevilla player with the deflection, he's there to cover Fidal's back. Brilliant piece of defending.
Really good play there from Junior Firpo. Praklic out of his area, sent it back into the mix. Andre Silva did everything he could to get to that. Sarabia can't bring it down. The flag is up. And the Betis fans signalling to referee Gil Manzano, the 6 minutes are surely up.
Just wait for this roar, guys. Wait for it.
Absolutely electric, the atmosphere now. Pau Lopez. There's 2 balls on the pitch. A little bit more time to be lost.
Told you the ball boys had been briefed.
No, I think that's the ball that 10 minutes ago went amongst the more radical fans. They've only just sent it back.
The fans have signed it and sent it back.
That one sent out. It's the final whistle. 1-0 to Betis. And look how Quique Setien and his men celebrate that. Listen to how the Benito Villamarin celebrate that. Betis have taken the derby for the first time in 12 years, and the man who won them the 3 points is Joaquin, and I don't think he can keep a dry eye there as he receives the congratulations, the thanks of the bench.
Do you remember last year where the Green and White Army crossed the city to the Nervion and won 5-3? After the match, Joaquin said, "I'm captain. Anybody who stops, any of my players who stops partying before we come back to training in 3 days' time will be fined." Think about what it's going to be like tonight, Lauren. You can imagine what's going to be happening in every house that's green and white, verde blanco, around Sevilla tonight.
Yeah, I knew exactly what's going to happen tonight, tomorrow, the next week, the next year. I mean, it's going to be massive for them.
You were saying ahead of the game that this isn't a game that's just talked about tomorrow.
Yeah.
People who go to work on Monday, people who go to work next Monday, they're going to be talking about this. This means an enormous amount for Betis.
Yes, Sevilla Betis is being polarized in the family. You know, your own family, the wife, Sevilla, husband, Betis, nephew, Sevilla, uncle Betis. So this is going to go on and on and on during the next year. I mean, it's going to be unbelievable. In the walk, in the bars, in the tapas bar, in the discotheques, everywhere. So,
I know, Graham, I'm fairly certain we're going to hear Joaquin in the flash interview. There's a Sevilla player. Is it Jesus Navas?
The building's moving again, Simon.
It certainly is.
I don't mean to worry you. The building's moving. Can you believe Joaquin's second ever goal against Sevilla in 33 matches? 33 derbies, only 8 of which have been won. Let's have
words with Ever Banega. At the end of the day, Betis against 10 were too strong.
That was a really tight game. We worked really hard at it. Typical derby. We gave everything that we had. Betis did the job well. No excuses. We have to get our heads up and continue.
Sevilla fought all the way and had your chances too.
It was a game where it was played up and down the pitch, back and forwards. They took the chance. Sometimes you have to think hard about how a game's gone, but it's done. That's it, you know. Congratulations to them. We move on.
You say that we have to be concentrated in what's happening. Are you reflecting about Rocky Mesa?
Yeah, listen, our consciences are clear. Okay, it's a red card. We just have to forget that and get on with things.
Thanks very much to Eva Banega. He recognised that Betis deserved to win as we look at a very satisfied Quique Setien.
I think you're right.
Pulled over, I think.
Yeah. Our staff down at the pitch have gone looking for the captain, who's arriving at the interview point, punching the air, applauding the fans. This is a loving.
We're going to have a huge job hearing this one, Graham. We'll do our best as the Benito Villamarín roars and celebrates.